You know, it's so funny because I've not had a haircut, as you can tell, or as many people can tell, during the pandemic. And so for the first time in years, my hair's been getting in my eyes. So a couple of months ago, I started wearing, not on the air, but just around when we're doing the shows and we're taping them, my assistant, who's always socially distant, but I'll be talking to her, and I'll be wearing this thing to keep the hair out of my eyes. And one day she was like, "You look like somebody, you remind me of somebody." And I'm like, "Who?" And then she said, "You look like Johnny Lawrence." And I realized, because I'm usually scowling at her.
Right, so you have the badass kind of.
I've got the badass. I mean, I'm not as, good looking as this guy, but I had that kind of, sort of blondish guy with my hair up, and I'd be telling her things like, "You can't handle it, Sona. Come on, get me my coffee." And she'd say, "Oh my God,
you couldn't leave well enough alone." That's what, that's what you should have to say when she falls.
I often dress up in a skeleton costume.
Yeah, I can only
taunt her at night. One question I have is that you seem to be in really good shape. You seem like you've taken care of yourself, and I'm speaking as someone who I believe is roughly the same age. You've got to do some stunts now, and it probably started out with you just the occasional, I have to kick coffee, an iced coffee or a boba tea in someone's hands. Yeah, but okay, there's that, but then they just keep ratcheting it up. How are you handling that? Because you're not a 17, 18-year-old kid anymore.
It hurts. It's all a lot of stretching. I mean, even when the show was pitched to me, it was, in my view, I'm saying to myself, well, I'll throw a kick, a punch, I'll, demonstrate, but the kids will carry all the weight, And then once I got in and we did season 1 and then season 2 and then subsequently season 3, which is coming out in 2021, every year there's more and more.
Yeah.
None of us are getting younger. It takes a lot more work, and it hurts. That's it. It just hurts, and the stretching is big, and the next day you're walking kind of silly.
Yeah, I would, if I had to just do even the kick that you do the first time your character kicks, has to do a big kick, and it's just in that car dealership where you have to knock a boba tea out of someone's hand. If I did that, my groin would have fallen off.
Yes.
It would have literally detached from my body, and then we would have spent maybe 6 months sewing it back in.
Yeah, it's tough to do. I mean, Billy works hard at it. He's he's always been more of an athlete than I was, even from day one. But we all have our war stories. It's we get through it, man. We get through it.